In this video, we're going to do a Q&A session on stuff that can help you grow your Poshmark or your resale business. I'm also going to give you little hints and tips on how I personally get sales. Hey guys, it's Holland from where the helicopter parent meets the Papa Bear. It's the Helicopter Bear. If you're new here, please hit that like and subscribe button and do all the things with your fingers, you know, the notifications, hit bells, blah, blah, blah. Also, all the links and everything that I talk about in this video is going to be in the description box below. I think it's right there. So, you know, be sure to check that out. Let's start on this video. I have my handy dandy iPad right here with a list of 10 questions that I gathered from people around the reselling community. And, you know, this is the first Q&A, so let's start off. Question number 1, where do I source? I mainly source one place, and that is the Goodwill outlets. Goodwill outlets is really, really awesome, mainly because, well, the outlets that I use, they charge, because I mostly sell shoes, and they charge a flat rate for shoes. It doesn't matter what type of shoe it is, just a complete flat rate. Number 2, how often do I source? Sourcing is different. Depends on what my inventory is looking like, but usually I would like to source at least once every week or once every 2 weeks. But whenever I source, I do get a larger haul than most people do. Sometimes I, will go in and source and come back with, I think once I came back with 70 pairs of shoes versus other people who source, maybe they get 5 to 10 items each and every time. So I do larger hauls whenever I source. Number 3. What app do I use to take pictures and edit? I have an iPhone, and I usually take pictures on my iPhone, but I use Adobe Lightroom to edit everything. I've actually made a video previously that shows my entire process on how I take pictures and how I edit. I'm going to leave that link in the box thingy below, so check that video out. Number 4. What is my average sale price on an item? Since I mostly do shoes, when I'm sourcing, the average price of my shoes that sell is between, actually it's more like $20 to $35 is profit that I usually get per shoe. It depends, because also when you're selling children's shoes, the profit margin gets a lot less. And lately, I've been doing a lot less children's shoes and more adult shoes. And it also depends on the quality and the quantity, mostly quality of the shoe. And that's not saying that you're not going to get, the super high-end shoes or the super low-end shoes. I like to keep my closet very, very, not linear, but I like to keep it very, very stable so I can get consistent sales. Because yes, you might have a bunch of high-end things, but they might sit for a while. That's why, my number 1 seller are Crocs, because Crocs are a consistent seller. Question number 5, when should I start using a bot to automate my system? This is a really, really good question, because you know me, I always talk about how I use a bot to automate everything. But when should you actually start using a bot? I say whenever you have about 50 or more available items, that's when it starts getting a little bit tedious on sharing. And that's when you start needing a bot to automate your system. I say about 50 items. That's when it starts getting really, really overwhelming. Number 6, how often do I run my bot? My bot runs from about 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then I have a random, I have my bot pretty much shares, and this also depends on how large your closet is, because you're gonna have to do a little bit of math. If you have 1,000 items, you can't run your bot every single hour because you're going to hit Poshmark share limit. And once you hit that limit, that's when you get banned, or, that's when you hit, if you go past that, that's when it's like, hey, stop. Let's calm it down. You might be banned for a day or so. So with me, it depends on, I like to have my bot share my entire closet once every hour, but the more inventory I have, that time starts to decrease. So I usually start it at 7 in the morning and end at 9 at night, but then I sometimes have a random like 2 a.m. that I share the bot, and that's mostly on the weekends because that's when you have, people coming back from the bars and everything. They can't sleep, they're on Poshmark, they're scrolling through, 2 in the morning, bam, I get those people too. Love those people. Number 7, how and when do you send offers? Using my bot, I actually, if somebody likes one of my items, I have an automation set that 15 to 20 minutes after somebody likes it, I send an offer. That usually works for me. If it's earlier than 10 minutes after somebody likes your stuff, I feel like it comes off a little bit desperate. When you have it 15 to 20 minutes after somebody likes it, they might still be on the app, and it's more or less you saying, hey, I noticed you're looking through my closet. What do you think about this? Usually the types of offers I send between, I usually set it at 30 because whenever I put my items into Poshmark, I mark it up at least 25 to 30%. So then that gives me enough room to be able to negotiate and send offers, if that makes sense. Number 8, how often do you run sales? That depends on mostly my mood. Like how often I run sales, because if you run sales just like every single day, I feel like that starts to annoy the people who like your items, because you're like, hey, here's this percentage, here's this percentage, here's this, here's this, here's this. And then they start being like, yeah, I don't want to like this product anymore. I like to run sales holidays, and I usually keep it to weekends. Weekends are really, really good for sales. Like maybe run a Friday and Saturday, sale, and then sometimes Sunday, but mostly keep it to weekends. That's when I run sales. Number 9, what brands do you usually look out for? As I said, my number 1 seller is Crocs. So I'm always on the lookout for Crocs. I'm always on the lookout for Tevas, always on the lookout for higher end Nikes, always on the lookout for Merrells, I'm always on the lookout for Bournes. I can't think of any other, but I'm pretty sure those are my bread and butter brands I'm always on the lookout for. If I see Uggs, I'll take Uggs. I'll take Uggs if I see Uggs. Uggs are really tricky because Uggs is mostly a winter type of shoe, a winter type of boot. So it depends on the Uggs. If it has really, really amazing comps, I'll take it and just be like, you know what? You can sit in my closet for a few months till we hit winter. And then let's start. So guys, number 10. This is the most important question of all. And number 10 is, what happens if I hit that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification? Guys, this is such an important question, because what happens is you will be subscribed to my channel. That's it. It's an amazing gift that I am going to give to you. You'll be subscribed to my channel. I make videos to help you on your resale journey. So number 10, do that number 10. All right, guys. If y'all have any other questions, put them in the comments below. And for the next Q&A, I'll go through all the questions people have asked me and I'll add them on.